Hello, this is Coping with Donald. I'm Phil. It is December 18th, 2025, the day after the Trump speech last night, which I want to talk about later. First, I just want to bring something up. The first thing is wheat prices. Wheat prices since February, and a lot of people wouldn't know this. I didn't know this. I saw it on a screen, and I found a screen to check it out. Wheat prices since February are down 20%. That means farmers make less. It's bad for them. They don't have all the places to sell their wheat. And yet, at the same time, have you noticed wheat products in the stores haven't gone down, like cereals and breads? Now, that's on capitalism, okay? I'm just telling you, first of all, I'm not a socialist. Socialism means the government controls all the production in the country. I'm not a socialist, okay? But I do believe in pointing out the greedy and harmful effects of capitalism. It's not a perfect system. So all the time we'll hear about, we had to raise prices because our raw materials went up. Well, wheat prices are down 20% this year since February, and I haven't seen any drop in prices. Another way that capitalism lies to you. And you could also say, wages are up around the country. But there are 15 to 20 states where the minimum wage is still the federal minimum wage. They haven't increased it in their state. States like Iowa. And mostly southern states. And the minimum wage is still $7.25 an hour. So why are these products not going down in price? Why are they so expensive to begin with? And I would love to see somebody from General Mills. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. General Foods come on TV and tell everybody why everything is so sky high when the cardboard box might cost more than the cereal inside of it. Well, we have higher shipping costs, and that's true. Except now, truckers are going out of business because they don't have enough business. So why are the prices so high? Because capitalism is pulling one over on you. And I just brought up cereal because I happen to eat cereals that very often are wheat cereals. But I'm sure you can expand that to breads and many other things that use wheat. I did not look up corn, but I have a feeling corn's the same way. Coffee prices, I'm still waiting for them to go down. Publix, they haven't decreased. Yeah, you can buy one, get one for a $13 box of coffee with 10 or 12 of them in there. But a year ago, you could buy one, get one, and they were $8.50. $9.50. So I haven't seen them decrease off the $13 either. Not yet. Let's hope. All right. One other thing really quickly. Venezuela. Trump put out a tweet about Venezuela took our land, they took our oil, we want it back. I don't understand what he's talking about. I have not looked up my Venezuelan history or how supposedly part of Venezuela was owned by the British colonies, maybe? I don't know. But you really should stop saying things like that because the American Indians might come knocking on your door in Washington. All right. As far as taking land goes. Last night's speech. What was that? And it's okay for me to raise my voice because Trump did. That was an angry speech. He First of all, you usually go on national TV to announce some new policy or some change, something urgent. Like, I thought he was going to declare war on Venezuela using emergency powers. That's what I thought he was going to do. I'm glad he did not do that. That's a good non thing to be done. So I guess I'll credit Trump for that. He also hasn't declared war on Ecuador or Nigeria or Mongolia or anybody else like that. But he made this angry speech and he brought up the same stuff like he would at a rally. You know those rallies. He didn't really talk about Hannibal Lecter or Arnold Palmer, but, you know, it was all the same thing. And it really irritates me when he says, this country was dead under Biden. Okay? And then I came along, and now everybody says we are just so healthy and growing, and, okay. But he tells the lies. He tells the lies about the economy being A plus 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 plus, and he tells the lies about his polls, and he tells the lies about his tariffs bringing in so much money. He tells the lies that no tax on Social Security, which is a partial lie, actually, because I think they're going to basically allow you to not pay tax on 20% of your Social Security. I believe that's what it is. Which is the least they could do, because remember, your money was taxed and then put into Social Security. Just saying. My father used to go crazy about that. How come we have to pay tax on it twice? So we were not a dead country. We were coming back faster than the rest of the world after COVID, off of COVID. And then he decided to do his tariffs. He decided to alienate other nations. He decided to make everybody angry at him, at the United States. He decided to threaten everybody. He was going to take over Greenland and Canada and all that kind of stuff. And we went into a spiral. And he will never admit that was a bad thing to do, because he has never admitted to doing anything wrong. He has never said, I was wrong. I was wrong. He'll never say it. And that's part of his Trump derangement syndrome. People say that anybody who criticizes him has Trump derangement syndrome. No, that's not true. Trump derangement syndrome, to me, is when a person will excuse everything that Trump does because it must be perfect, because he told us so. And that is a derangement syndrome. They're the ones who are taking what's obvious in front of their faces and twisting it to defend him, let alone excusing all the grift that he's involved with his children too, and which put your future at risk. We've talked about the value of the US dollar and the value of alternative currencies, which he's heavily into. But what really shocks me last night, it's so funny that he's on TV just to repeat the same things, only more angrily and more loudly. And that was meant for anybody who used to trust him and is doubting him now. He's mad. He's mad at you. Okay? It's almost as if you could take all of his statements and add at the end, why don't you believe me? Kind of like, all right, like this. The US was trans for everybody. Why don't you believe me? The US was dead and had a terrible economy. Why don't you believe me? My tariffs have been great for America and their farmers. Why don't you believe me? I have lowered drug prices 500%. Why don't you believe me? And that last one he did say, again last night, Boy, his colleagues in Washington must be so afraid of him to not tell him not to say that. Think of the fear. Do you remember when all last year, Trump in 2024, Trump was saying that Biden, they pumped him up for certain occasions because most of the time he's sleepy and confused. Isn't Trump sleepy and confused most of the time now? But last night he wasn't. He was pumped up. Oh yeah, I got to remember all my lies so I can tell them to you. Okay? And he was pumped up. As if somebody injected him with something before that. Because most of the time he is sleepy or sleeping. So, I can't think that anybody who's starting to disbelieve Trump now believes him or is really into him at this point. He didn't do anything last night to help himself. Not with the accusations, not with, oh, and by the way, he was all about the Democrats wanting to increase your health care prices. That's all they've been doing. That's their goal. Increase your health care prices. And today, Mike Johnson sent Congress home because they passed a discharge petition to vote on extending Obamacare subsidies. So Mike Johnson sent them home. They won't be back until January, and by that point, people will be paying unsubsidized premiums for health care in the private market. Which is what they've been wanting to do to Medicare as well. Remember all those speeches by Paul Ryan? Oh, it'll be competition. It'll be great. You'll have choices. Choices, many choices. Yeah, do I pay $5,000 a month for health care or $4,000 a month for health care? With God knows what deductibles. So Mike Johnson sent them home so they wouldn't vote on this while President Trump is saying the Democrats are doing this. That's interesting too. Lie after lie after lie. This has been, I'm coping with them because there's a part of me that says Americans won't put up with this, will they? And then they go on a little longer and we're putting up with it. And we're not going to put up with that, are we? I really hope Americans don't put up with an aggressive war into Venezuela. That's what I'm really hoping. Venezuelans, wow, and they voted for Trump. And he sent so many home, and now he wants to attack them in that country. It's beyond belief. It's truly beyond belief. So, please feel free to comment, and if you want to say I have Trump derangement syndrome, please tell me why. Please tell me what I've said that is less credible than what Trump says. Please subscribe and comment, and I'll be back with you after another fun day of Coping with Donald. Good night.